Well, here we go again. Another tier list, another actor, another set of films. So this is the Adam Sandler tier list one. Um, Again, there's a couple in here I haven't seen, which is really disappointing. I think I said this in the Robin Williams one, but I'm only like including significant ones. I didn't include. There was one where he played Satan, but I didn't include that one, which probably should do because that's kind of a big role. But most of these are like he's had a significant role in. Like he's not a little bit of a sidekick. You know what I mean? So let's get started. So I've talked about this movie before in my saddest moments countdown because it's got quite a few sad scenes in it, and the one I talked about was when she remembered him or whatever. But I think a lot of people see Adam Sandler as like he's a very was not like dumb actor, but a lot of things he does are not particularly outstanding by any means or amazing by any means. But I really like this movie. I think it's a toss up between these two, but for now I'm going to put it here because it's one of my favourite Adam Sandler movies. Really like it. It's also got Drew Barrymore in it, which she's quite good as well. So yeah, and then Airheads haven't seen, so just quickly get over that. Now we've got Anger Management. So he does this with great, I can't remember, Jack Nicholson. Well, it's quite a fun ride, quite a fun movie. I like it a lot. I've only seen it a handful of times though, so it's hard to remember everything about it. But there was like, so if you remember my Robin Williams countdown, we had the angriest man in Brooklyn, and I feel like in terms of like anger or whatever, this one's somewhat better. But I've only seen Angriest Man in Brooklyn once, so I would put this in alright. I don't think it's as strong as Awesome, but it's alright. And it's quite funny. Bedtime Stories I've only seen about twice, and it doesn't particularly appeal to me that much. I actually would probably put this in another list when I do like live action Disney countdowns, but for now it's in this list and it's a meh. Like it's just there. Like it's a somewhat interesting story and it's got somewhat good graphics, but it's not a film I'd rush back to see over and over again. This, however, Big Daddy, I have seen probably maybe one of the most out of all of this, because it was like one of the first Adam Sandler movies I got. Where would I put it though? I think it's got good characters, and the child actor in this, I can't remember his name right now, but he was very good as well. I mean, when I think about like memorable moments from it, I can remember quite a lot about it. Would I put it right up the top? That is the question. Okay, again, I'm going to put this up here just now, but it'd probably go way down. Billy Madison. So this is one of the biggest Adam Sandler movies. Like this is one a lot of people talk about. Obviously, there's much bigger ones than this, but this is one that's like, whenever you talk about an Adam Sandler movie, this is one of the ones that always comes up. Again, this had some funny moments, an interesting concept. I'd put it quite good bad guys too, nice teacher, a lot of nice things. So I'd put it in awesome. I wouldn't put it in outstanding. Blended, I've only seen this once, even though I own it on DVD. I think. Do I? Yeah, I do. But Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler have done 3 movies together, so they know like how to act off each other. So this was their 3rd movie together, so by this point they know how to play off each other, they know like whatever and all that stuff. I'd put it in alright though, just because I can't particularly remember it that much. This I haven't seen, so that was Bulletproof. Next we've got Click. Now I've talked about this movie as well. I talked about this in the saddest moments as well, because there's just some really emotional, touching scenes in this movie, despite it being rather stupid. Like, it is a funny concept, but you've also got Christopher Walken in it, and he is pretty funny in it too. So I really like it. I've maybe put it at the top of awesome. Outstanding. It's a really good concept. I don't know. I'd put it there. Eight Crazy Nights I've only seen once, and again, like my previous episode with Arnold, I said that Jingle All the Way is not like one of my rush to Christmas movies. Same with this. Eight Crazy Nights it's not like a movie I'm going to watch every single Christmas. In fact, I don't even think I'd watch it again. Would I put it in awful? Well, Adam played, I think, the majority of the characters, and he played it was just an odd voice he gave one of the characters. I don't know if I would put it in awful, though. I don't know. I might put it in awful. I'm not particularly a big fan of it. Funny People now. Now this is probably one of Adam Sandler's more serious roles, despite it being called Funny People. But my disappointment with this movie was something really serious happened in it, but then it went away. Like, they didn't follow through with it, which I just feel was like, why not? Like, the movie would have been so much better had it come to the worst, if that makes sense. Put it in alright. Seth Rogen, is it? He did an alright job, but it wasn't the best thing in the world. And I mean, this was his ex-wife as well, I think. Can't remember who this person was in The Hangover. I just can't remember what her name is. I think that's who that is, at least. Going Overboard, again, not seen. We'll swap these around. Growing Up. So, sadly, like, as you will be aware, Cameron Boyce, that's it, Cameron Boyce, I think that's right. Sadly, he passed away in it, but he did a really good job in this movie. But as for the movie itself, it's funny. But like, when you think of like go-to comedy movies, I think I would rather watch something like Dumb and Dumber or had The Hangover, something like that. It's not like Grown Ups is like something I'd be like, yeah, that's my go-to movie. I personally think they're all right. Both the movies, they're both all right. They are again not my favorite. I put them above those two though. Yeah. Personally, for me, like, of course there's memorable scenes like them rolling the tire down the hill and things like that. But yeah, it's alright. Okay, now, again, whenever you say name an Adam Sandler movie, probably the first option that comes up is Happy Gilmore. I'm not going to say everybody loves Happy Gilmore, but this is the go-to Adam Sandler movie. This is the one everybody knows. It's the one everybody talks about. It's the one that is referenced all the time. Like, there is so much about this movie that people love. It's pretty funny. Like, him getting angry at the golf ball and all that. Like, there's just so many iconic things. So, of course, for me, it's going up and outstanding. It's by no means a Forrest Gump, and it's by no means a Green Mile or anything like that. It's not that kind of outstanding. It's just outstandingly funny, in a sense. Okay, now we've got this collection. We've got the Hotel Transylvania collection. Now, I think the first time I watched this, I had no idea it was Adam Sandler voicing Dracula. That's how good he pulled it off, in a sense. I personally love this movie. Not so much the other ones, but this one I do really like. I put it way up here. Nothing particularly special in any way. It's all round funny, good, and well animated, just stuff like that. The second movie I was a bit less into. They introduced one or two new characters and they were alright, but I'd still put it up here, still put it in awesome. As for Free, I'm probably because I haven't seen 4 yet, so I haven't got an opinion about it, but I think for me personally, 3 was the worst one. There was just a lot of stupid things that happened that I'm like, I don't really care about this. I still wouldn't say it's as bad as awful, but I think meh. I'd put it in meh. And as for this, I haven't seen yet, so I have no opinion about it. But I kind of like the looks of this one. Like, I do really want to see this. I just haven't found a way to watch it yet. This is Halloween. This is Hoobie's Halloween or something. That's going there. Haven't seen it, and I haven't seen Hustle. I I love you, Chuck and Larry. Oh, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. I actually did watch this film quite a lot, but I haven't seen it in a while. So I used to watch it quite a lot. Basically, the premise is that these two firemen have to get married in order for, I think it was something to do with him, Kevin. Oh, I can't remember his name right now, but him getting deported or something. Well, his name's Chuck, anyways, or is he Larry? I don't know, but basically they're not gay, but they get married, and it's quite interesting, quite funny how they keep having to pretend to be this way and they're not. I quite like it, so I put it in. I think I would put it in awesome, actually. Yeah, by the bottom of awesome. I like it, right? Now this is a film that everybody seems to hate. Like, when you think Adam Sandler, Jack and Jill, people almost throw up the minute you mention it. Me personally, I bought the DVD before I'd actually seen it, so that's how I first introduced it. I don't think it's amazing by any means. I do not think this film deserves 12 stars, or it's by no means the best movie that Adam Sandler's ever made. Do I think it's the worst movie that he's made? Maybe. But do I think it's an absolutely unwatchable piece of rubbish that should be burned? No. I think there are some parts to it that are okay. Of course, there is a lot of stupid things in it, like Adam Sandler's adopted son sticking chicken bits to him or something. Yes, that actually happened. And then we've got the whole thing with Al Pacino talking about cappuccinos, or yes, there is genuinely a lot of stupid stuff in this, but I don't think it is the worst thing I've ever seen. I put it in because I've watched it more than once. Yes, I have. I put it in meh, and I don't. You might be like, what? But personally, I feel like Adam Sandler did a good job of pulling off this woman of Jill. It looks like him, of course, because they're twins. But it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. So I can't put it down in awful. Of course, it's going to the end of May, though. Right, next we got Just Go With It, and I quite like this movie. So basically, Adam Sandler plays a dentist, I think, in this, and his assistant, or another person that he works with, Jennifer Aniston's character, they both work together, and then I think something happens where they both end up going on a holiday together, but they are not romantically involved, at least at the start of the movie they're not. By the end, things change, of course, but it was a good movie, and I actually really enjoyed it. I obviously can't remember every little bit of detail about it, but yeah, would I put it up the top? Nah. I think the top of awesome. Although it's better than some of the stuff up here. It's better than Big Daddy. Yeah, I think, yeah, actually that's more like it. And that's better than Big Daddy. Yeah. Now we've got one of my least favourite Adam Sandler movies, Little Nicky. The reason I don't like this is I just think it might be one of Adam Sandler's most stupid films. The way he behaves in this, or the way he acts in this, is just so weird, and I haven't actually seen this movie that much. I've seen it one or two times, but I'm not rushing back to watch it. I made it a goal of me to buy a handful or get most of the best movies of different actors, buy them on DVD, and I'm always should I buy Little Nicky? Should I get that? But I've still not got it because it just, for me, I don't really care for it. So I'm not going to dwell on it much longer. Next we got Mixed Nuts, which I haven't seen, but it looks like a good movie, so I'd probably put it up there as something I would want to see. Mr. Deeds is next, another film that's got really quite strange, stupid things. For instance, Adam Sandler's character, Mr. Deeds, he has a black foot, like a charcoal coloured foot. It was just bizarre. It's seriously bruised or something. Like, it's just an odd, bizarre thing to have in there. Yeah, I think it's alright though. Like, it's a kind of a good story. It's got good characters. It's got interesting characters, and it's got interesting things that happen. So yeah, I might put it there though. Yeah. A murder mystery. So this is Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston again. I like the look of this movie, but I have no idea what happens because I haven't seen it. Now, Pixels. Do I think Pixels is worse than Jack and Jill? I think they might be on par. I think Pixels could have done so much more, but again, there was just a lot of stupid things that happened, and it's not particularly memorable. Like, the most memorable scene for me is that the creator of, like, Pac-Man ended up having a nasty accident with Pac-Man. That's all I can remember. But, like, when you compare this to something somewhat similar, like take Wreck-It Ralph for instance, there was a lot of gaming references in that, and they did it so well. Whereas with Pixels, their main focus in a sense was just Pac-Man. So I just it's not really my favourite thing. I don't think it's awful. Again, I think it's above Jack and Jill. It's about there. Yeah. Okay, Punch Drunk Love. No idea about. Reign Over Me. Again, this is one of Adam Sandler's more serious roles, which I have not seen that much because when I think Adam Sandler, I think stupid humour in a sense. So when I try to watch something of his that he's like being a bit more serious, it's a bit. I can't rate this one very highly because I have only seen it like twice and I didn't particularly care for it that much. It was okay, but I genuinely, it's just, it's meh, and it's down the bottom of meh. Well, no, Jack and Jill is definitely lower than that. You know what, after further thinking about it, yes, Jack and Jill can go in awful. There you go. Right, now, Sandy Wexler, I've only seen once, and I think I remember this being like, it was more like a TV series or something. It was on Netflix, and it was multiple episodes, but it was like one big long movie. At least that's what I think I remember about it. And weirdly, like when I heard about Sandy Wexler coming out, because I don't think Adam Sandler had acted for a while at this point, but I was like, oh, this looks good. I can't wait to watch this. But thinking about it, I can't really remember it that much. But I think the hype about it got me excited for it. So I was already in a good mood thinking about watching it. I think alright. I genuinely think it's alright from what I remember. Spanglish is next, and so I bought like a box set of Adam Sandler movies. This is decades ago, right? And in it we had Spanglish, Mr. Deeds, and I think 51st States, right? So I watched 51st Dates, I liked it. I watched Mr. Deeds, I liked it. And then I was like, oh, Spanglish. And I didn't particularly care for it. It was fine, but it's not a movie I rush back to watch. I don't really care for it that much. I think the concept was that Adam Sandler's character hired a maid or something, and the maid was Spanish and she didn't understand it. It's not particularly memorable for me. I'm going in meh. Right. Now that's My Boy. On the other hand, I've seen about 3 or 4 times. I don't know why. Like, this one is one I always enjoy watching. It's one that I have no problem watching it. I would definitely watch this movie again. Basically, Adam Sandler's character has a son that had an incredibly stupid name. I can't exactly remember what it was right now, but it was some sort of celebrity. It was like Justin Bieber. It was something like that. Or was it Obi-Wan Kenobi? It was something really strange, right? So he had that, and he ended up changing his name, and then he got reunited with his father. His father was like a go-getter back in the past, and now he's not so much, like a washed-up celebrity. But it's a good concept, and a lot of things happen with it, and I like their reunion. I like them getting back together and all that, and I do genuinely like this film. Awesome, though? Would I put it in awesome? No, I put it there, yeah. The Cobbler, haven't seen. The Do-Over, haven't seen. Now, The Longest Yard. So I saw this version of The Longest Yard, not knowing there actually used to be an older version of this. I thought this was the only version. So my mind was swayed with this one more than the other one because I've never seen the other one, so I have no opinion of it. But this one is my go-to movie, and I did really like this movie. It had quite an all-star cast. Like, we've got Adam Sandler, we've got Chris Rock, we've got oh, what the heck's his name? Oh, that's terrible. I forgot. It's Burt Reynolds, right? Sadly, he's no longer with us, but we had Burt Reynolds as well, and then we had I don't know if Samuel L. Jackson was in it, but we had a few other big stars in it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It was funny, it was interesting, and I mean, there is memorable scenes in it. Like, I remember a few things that happened, like Adam Sandler trying to run, but he actually wasn't. But yeah, I really like this. Would I put it in outstanding? Put it probably awesome, top of awesome. Yeah. My list is beginning to I'm beginning to question my list. I haven't seen this. This has a very big, long, funny name. May the Meyerowitz stories, new and selected. So this also stars Ben Stiller, but I don't remember including this in my. Have I done a Ben Stiller list actually? No, I don't think I have. No wonder I haven't included it. But yeah, I haven't seen, so I have no opinion about it. Ridiculous 6. Now, this seems like something I should have seen and would have wanted to see, and I'm pretty sure it was on my list to see, but guess what? I haven't seen it. Now, we've got The Waterboy. Again, probably one of Adam Sandler's more known films, but also pretty stupid films, pretty weird films, pretty bizarre films. And they had talked about making a Waterboy 2. I was like, okay. But as a standalone film, it was pretty good. Basically, Adam Sandler plays a water boy who works for a baseball team or something, but he ends up getting drafted by the team and he ends up getting to play, and it's quite a fun experience to watch him like get his just desserts and whatever else. I then enjoyed that. I would put it in awesome, at the bottom of awesome though. Yeah. The Wedding Singer, so another Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler collage, get together, whatever. And this, out of the three, apart from like some of the scenes in 51st Dates, I do think this is my favourite of the three. We also have like a cameo by Billy Idol. I mean, come on. But yeah, it's like Adam Sandler plays a wedding singer, so he's always like witnessing people getting married, but he himself never got married. So it's like, it's quite a nice film. Like, take away the fact that it's Adam Sandler, take away the fact that it's funny in a sense. It's quite a nice story. It's quite a nice tale. I would put it, I don't know about outstanding. I really don't know. I put it maybe about there. Yeah. The Week Of, never seen. Uncut Games, never seen. Now I'm gonna do this one first because I don't think Adam Sandler's role was actually that big in it, but it's a bit meh. It's not awful, it's meh, and it's the bottom of meh. Right, so last film is You Do Not Mess With the Zohan. Again, this is one of Adam Sandler's go-to movies. Whenever you talk about Adam Sandler, this is one of the ones that always comes up. This is probably by far, I think, one of Adam Sandler's funniest movies. It is severely stupid that it is so amazing. Like, there is so much ridiculous, bizarre, hysterical things that happen. Like, the guy, I can't remember the other actor's guy, but the guy who's like Zohan's enemy in a sense was brilliant in this too. And to have them play off each other, just great. Basically, like, the Zohan is like this action hero guy that is a hero, but he wants to be a hairdresser, and it's just, I don't know if it was Jerry Stiller that played his dad or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I really liked it, and I'm going to pitch up here in outstanding. Way at the bottom of outstanding, but yeah. Now, having a look over this list, I don't feel particularly strong about it, but Yeah, so on the top list, on the top row, we've got Hotel Transylvania, 51st Dates, Just Go With It, Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, and You Do Not Mess With the Zohan. I'm going to actually put The Wedding Singer up there. There. I'm going to put Click up there too. Yeah. I'm going to put The Longest Yard up there. No, I really should stop, right? I feel better about that in a sense. Click above that. Uh, Again, I don't feel strongly about this list, but we've now got Click and The Wedding Singer up there too. We got Longest Yard, Billy Madison, Hotel Transylvania 2, I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, The Waterboy, blah blah blah. We got a lot more. Hopefully, whoever I do next might potentially be Tom Hanks. I feel like I definitely should have done Tom Hanks by now. I'm surprised I haven't. But also, I mentioned someone else. Oh, yeah, Ben Stiller. I definitely should have done Ben Stiller by now. So I think Tom Hanks is our next step. But anyways, hope you've enjoyed this episode. And until next time, whatever I play, bye.